Right now, 5 SUVs are destroying British drivers financially. We're talking recall rates up 1,000%, cars losing £40,000 plus in months, and owners trapped in negative equity nightmares. This could be you next month if you're not careful. Let's expose the 5 SUVs bankrupting UK families right now. 12 recalls in just over a year. That's the reality for Land Rover Discovery Sport owners across the UK. A new £45,000 SUV, now worth barely £17,000 after 2 years, leaves families staring at a 62% loss before the finance agreement is even halfway done. The numbers aren't just statistics, they are a warning. In Birmingham, one driver found himself stranded 3 times in 6 months, with repair bills piling up to £4,100. Each breakdown meant another call to recovery, another day lost, and no end in sight. The heart of the problem is brake servo failures so severe the DVSA flagged 8,400 vehicles for urgent recall. On the M25, the M6 and the M1, owners have reported sudden loss of braking power, families left helpless in fast-moving traffic. Instrument clusters fail without warning, leaving drivers with no speedometer, no warning lights, nothing. Outside warranty, repairs run between £3,200 and £5,800. That's if you can even find someone to take the job. Most independent garages won't touch recent Land Rovers. The only option is main dealer workshops charging £150 to £180 per hour, with waiting lists stretching for weeks. Owners describe the experience as relentless. One joked he is now on first-name terms with his breakdown driver. It is not just mechanical failures bleeding owners dry. The market sees the pattern, and the value of these SUVs collapses. The Discovery Sport's reputation for unreliability drives down resale prices at a rate that leaves even finance companies nervous. The result is a perfect storm: high purchase price, constant repair bills, and a car that is worth a fraction of what you paid. In today's UK, with ULAEZ charges, congestion fees and petrol at £1.60 a litre, nobody can afford to gamble on a daily driver that cannot be trusted to get you home. Nissan Qashqai e-Power once topped the UK sales charts, but even the bestseller status cannot shield owners from disaster. Sales have collapsed by nearly half in just 3 months, as confidence in the hybrid system unravels. 8 major recalls have hit e-Power models since 2023, each one chipping away at trust. For families who thought they were buying peace of mind, the reality is far different. In February 2026, 14,200 Qashqai e-Power vehicles were recalled for sudden power loss, a terrifying prospect at motorway speeds. Drivers reported losing all propulsion in the fast lane, unable to accelerate or even coast to safety. The risk is not just inconvenience, it is the nightmare of being stranded on the M25 with children in the back and lorries bearing down. Depreciation has been brutal. A buyer in Manchester paid £36,500 for a new e-Power in March 2025. 10 months later, the part exchange offer was £19,800. That is a loss of £16,700, over £1,600 a month evaporated. For most, that is more than their rent or mortgage. The pain does not stop there. Qashqai e-Power values have dropped by 61% from new, with £38,000 cars now barely scraping £15,000 at auction. Owners locked into PCP deals find themselves thousands underwater, unable to sell, unable to refinance. Dealers are in panic mode. In 2025 alone, 23 Nissan showrooms closed their doors, unable to shift stock. The remaining dealers are slashing up to £13,000 off new e-Power models just to keep the lights on. Some are even refusing trade-ins, fearing the risk of unsellable inventory. The discounts sound tempting, but they are a warning sign. When the people selling the car are this desperate to get rid of it, what does that say about what you are buying? The Qashqai's fall from grace proves that even the most popular SUV can become a financial trap. Reliability issues are not just a premium badge problem, they hit the mass market too. For British families, the lesson is clear. No amount of clever hybrid tech or slick marketing can compensate for a car that leaves you stranded, both on the road and in your bank account. Jeep Grand Cherokee 4xe drivers face a risk most families never expect when buying a new SUV fire. Since 2021, this plug-in hybrid has been recalled 18 times, with 7 separate campaigns in 2025 alone. The most chilling warning came from the DVSA, an official do not drive notice for battery fire risk. Over 2,000 UK owners were told to park their cars outside, away from homes and garages. Insurance companies responded with 40% to 60% premium hikes, and some NCP car parks banned the 4xe from underground spaces entirely. The numbers behind the panic are staggering. 12 documented fires in 2025, from London driveways to Manchester shopping centres, forced emergency services to cordon off entire blocks. A company car driver in Bristol says he bought the 4xe for the company car tax, and now he cannot even give it away. He is £35,000 underwater on the finance, and every morning he checks the car has not gone up in smoke. Top spec models that once commanded £82,000 now fetch as little as £24,000 at auction, more than £50,000 lost in under 2 years. Switching from fire to firmware, Volkswagen's ID.4 promised German engineering and next-generation electric tech, but reality has been relentless software chaos. In 2025 and 2026, the ID.4 was hit with 9 recalls, a 900% jump from just 1 in 2023. Surveys show 40% of owners needed dealer visits for software faults. The real disaster struck in December 2025, when an over-the-air update bricked 3,800 UK cars overnight. Owners woke up to dead vehicles unable to start or charge, stranded on driveways and on streets. One London family found their £52,000 IDA immobilised on the morning school run, with no warning and no fix except a flatbed tow. Battery repairs can exceed £18,000, and real winter range falls to 180 miles, nowhere near the promised 323 miles. Depreciation is merciless. A 2-year-old Idol GTX bought for £52,000 now barely scrapes £22,000 on the used market. VW dealers are offering £8,500 deposit contributions, 0% finance, and free home chargers. When even the most trusted European brands are this desperate to clear stock, buyers should be asking why. 72% of your money is gone. That is what happens to Range Rover Sport P400e owners in the UK. A new P400e, sticker price £95,000, is worth just £26,600 after 2 years. For some, that loss is more than a house deposit, wiped out before the warranty even runs out. The numbers are not theoretical. In Cheshire, one owner bought his P400e for £89,000 in May 2023. By January 2026, the best offer he could get was £28,500. He still owes £52,000 on his PCP deal. That is a £23,500 debt for a car he no longer wants, cannot afford to keep, and cannot sell without taking a massive financial hit. It is not just depreciation. 11 recalls hit 2024 and 2025 models, but the real killer is the AIR suspension. 6,700 UK vehicles face the same fate, air struts collapsing without warning. Each corner costs £4,200 to fix. If all 4 fail, you are looking at £16,800, more than the value of the car itself after 2 years. Annual repairs outside warranty now average £1,847, and that is before you factor in breakdowns and electrical gremlins. The damage does not end at the owner's wallet. One Surrey dealer put it bluntly, "We do not stock out of warranty Range Rovers anymore. Warranty claims bankrupted us. Even the trade will not touch them." On social media, the frustration has gone viral. One TikTok shows a £92,000 Range Rover spending 47 days at the dealer in just 18 months. That is nearly 10% of the ownership period spent off the road, waiting for parts, fighting for repairs, and watching the value drop every single day. This is not normal depreciation, it is financial devastation. For many, it means years of negative equity, lost savings, and the constant stress of a car that is both unreliable and unsellable. The Range Rover badge once meant prestige. Now, it is a warning. Right now, the DVSA lists more than 200 active recalls for sport utility vehicles in the UK, affecting thousands of unsuspecting owners. Manufacturers race for market share, reliability slips, and families pay the price. In this market, vigilance is not paranoia, it is survival. Share your experience and warn someone else tonight.